And honestly, I am no stranger to that feeling. I'm in my 30s now, and as I've gotten older, I've caught myself wondering if I should have spent more time dating. Maybe if I had prioritized dating instead of school or my career, I wouldn't feel this kind of like lingering feeling of loneliness now and then. Because I'm not necessarily lonely like all the time, but every once in a while I get like a little sting of like, what is that feeling? But here's the thing, when I am actually dating, I'm usually pretty unhappy. Most of the time something just feels kind of off. And like I said, most times I'm pretty content with like being single, but every once in a while I see a couple walking hand in hand in the rain during a morning walk, or I see a parent surprising their toddler and partner at a local park. And just for a second, like just for a moment, I wonder, what does that feel like? 3 days ago, I found myself asking myself, have I ever really been loved? Have I ever really felt in love? Because a lot of times when everything is going good and I have that feeling of something missing, that's what's missing. Then my phone rang and my girl Chelsea was on the line. I picked up, we talked for hours, we complained about family, we complained about work, made plans for the weekend, for the month, because you know, when you're an adult, you gotta kind of plan when you can. We laughed, we cried, we had those little moments of silence that really good friends have, that are not awkward but like almost comforting. And every time a friend calls and I have these type of conversations, I hang up the phone feeling lighter every single time. I remember hanging up the phone and thinking to myself, yeah, I really love Chelsea. And that's when it kind of like clicked to me. Love comes in so many forms. Somehow we've managed to convince ourselves that romantic love is the only love that kind of counts. It's the love you see celebrated in movies. It's the love you see on social media. It's the love everyone asks you about at family dinner. Why is romantic love treated as the highest form of love? Reality TV wants us to believe you meet someone through a wall and a week or month later, you're married and in love. You found the one. And maybe that does work for some people, but I'm questioning if that's really the definition of love that we all agreed to chase. Because if I'm honest, I feel love all the time. I feel love when I'm out on a sunny day, it's beautiful outside, you can hear the people chatting, and you look up with your eyes closed and you feel the sun hit your face. That's definitely love. I love that. I feel it when I'm doing something that makes me lose track of time, like swimming. I love swimming. I love writing. I love painting. Or even just like putting on Solange's album and dancing in my space. That's love. I definitely feel it when I'm hanging out with my people, my chosen people, my friends. Not necessarily because we're hanging out and I'm with my friends, but more because of the way that my friends have shown up for me. When I was struggling with depression, it wasn't a romantic partner that came to find me on that cold night. It was a friend. She called my phone, she rang it down until I answered, and then she got in her car and drove all the way downtown to the side of the canal in the dead of winter, where I was sitting on a bench, depressed, staring off into the blank. She picked me up, she let me sleep on her couch until I was ready to actually go back home, until I felt safe enough. And when I'm heartbroken after another failed dating experience, it's not a partner that I call or a soulmate. It's my friend. And my friend listens to me cry, listens to me complain, gives me advice, even if I don't listen to that advice all the time, and never judges me for making the mistakes that I make, because life is lifing, girl. When I want to try a new restaurant, when I want to go on a cute photo op, when I want to go to a day party, when I need someone to drive me to IKEA and help me carry the heavy boxes back to my place, it's always a friend. And somewhere along the way, I've kind of realized that I've been standing in love this whole time. I've found love in the people who choose me over and over and over again. Not just when I'm perfect, because it's easy to be chosen when you're perfect, when you're polished. But when I'm depressed, when I'm not feeling my best, even when like I'm being a sore loser, in a card game. Not just the version that shows up to work, but the version that is anxious, the version that is grieving, the version of me that is messy. I have friends who I've known since I was little, my entire life, and they've stayed through every single version of me. I have friends that a single phone call from them have literally saved my life, and I don't even think they realize it. I don't think they know, but they have. All that to say that sometimes love doesn't come packaged the way that we imagined. Sometimes it isn't a perfect 6'3", handsome, chiseled, fine, tall, dark, and handsome man. It might not even end with like the whole white picket fence, perfect wedding, 3 kids, 1 dog, 1 cat. Like, that might not even happen. Sometimes love is the person who quietly sits beside you while your whole world is falling apart. The person who answers the phone every single time. The person who never makes me earn their care. Maybe eventually I'll find the love of my life. But maybe I won't. But never again will I think that I don't know what love is. I know what real love feels like. I've lived it. I've been carried by it. I've been healed by it. It just didn't look like the Cinderella story that I thought it was going to look like. The greatest love story of my life so far has not been about finding the one. It's been about finding my people, my chosen people, and realizing that they found me. And maybe, just maybe that's real love after all. I need to call my friend.